What is going on, everybody? You already know it's 9:30 prime time. My name is Paul Spencer. That is the showstopper, Cowboy Dave. Dave, I'm gonna say real quick, we shouldn't be prime time after last week's game. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, we should be.
I got word from out of the box, the CEO today that he might be moving our ass to like Monday morning at 6 a.m., brother, after last week's game. I don't know.
Is that where we're going now? We're back to Monday morning. We're going to go back to Monday morning. Okay,
I don't know, Dave. Listen. I got the email from the head of the company today and saying, hey, after the 215 boys, you guys were prime time, looking good. 40-0, 20, 30, point here, whatever. Maybe we might be moving this 9 a.m. on Monday mornings, brother.
Hey, I'm okay with that too. It works for me either way. Doesn't matter.
Dave, no, the Cowboys are prime time no matter what, Dave.
We are
Cowboys.
We are prime time. That's for sure. We always are.
Yeah. Talk of the nation no matter what. We could be 16-0 going into week 17. We could be 16-0, 0-16. We're still the talk of the town, Dave.
This is true. It's amazing how everybody talks about us and they don't like us, but they keep talking about us. I don't understand.
Yeah, everybody likes that D, Dave. You know what I mean?
I get it. They hate us because they hate us. They
hate us because they hate us, Dave. Number one, hey, there is a reason why, there is, one stadium in the world that had the hole in the roof because that's the man upstairs always watching the Cowboys play.
That is correct.
Hey, everybody hates us.
He wasn't watching us on Sunday, that's for sure.
No, but Dave, I'm glad you said that. Let's talk about that because, my dad always told me there's a reason why there's a hole in the roof, and I don't know if the damn son of a bitch roof was closed, Dave. I don't know. Or
I think it was closed in Arizona because he sure wasn't watching us on Sunday, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know where he was, watching the game at, but I tell you what, Dave, it was an ass kicking. 28-16, Dave. Let's talk about this game a little bit before we move on.
It was pretty bad, I got to say. The first half was pretty bad.
Dave, it's bad, very bad. I mean, let's run some stats real quick. We'll go, player by player here. Dak, 25 for 40, 249, one TD. Dave, crucial moment of the game where we still had a chance, a prayer. He throws a pick into triple coverage, and he doesn't even see the linebacker, Dave.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I went over that play a couple times. Michael Gallup was open in the corner.
Didn't I tell you that? Did I tell you that?
Michael Gallup was wide open in the corner.
Dave, do you remember? I told you he was over there eating a hot dog.
You said that, and I didn't see it the first time. But when I went over it and I watched it, like I replayed and everything, and I saw it, I'm like, Michael Gallup was sitting right there. I
told you I got a different broadcast than you guys get, so I see like a different view. And
right.
I'm watching that game, and that's what I exactly told you on the post-game show. I was like, Dave, Michael Gallup was sitting on the damn outside of the boundaries there, eating had mustard in his hand, took a bite, and even waved at Dak. That's how open he was.
And when you said that on the post-game show, I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't see Michael Gallup sitting anywhere. And then when I watched it and I went over it a couple of times, I'm like, oh, yeah, there he is, standing right there.
Now, Dave, do you really? I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect at understanding this and my philosophy here, but now do you see what I talk about with Dak looking in triple coverage when you got that man wide open in the corner, waving to you for a clear touchdown?
I think he definitely panicked on that. He wanted to get that throw right between those two guys to Cooks, and that was the main idea. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, and that's why I've always said about Dak Prescott.
But it's so funny that, and if you think about it, Paul, I mean, seriously, him looking at Cooks instead of Lamb, that's very rare. I mean, because he goes to Lamb a lot.
You got to think about it. If you go back and watch that play, Lamb was double covered in the back of the end zone.
Okay, maybe he was. I didn't. The only thing the only thing I saw was Cooks going across, and then Michael was sitting right.
But see, that's the thing. When you're looking at your progression, okay, you double team Lamb, your go-to guy. You know where the ball's going. It was like going to Des Bryant back in the day, a little slant, a little go route, whatever, back in the end zone. We see that. Prescott looks at Lamb constantly. We see that he eyes him down. Double team was there, but then Brandon Cooks had two safety and a linebacker on him, and then another safety creeping up from the line. Which that's 5 guys, Dave. 5 guys.
Yeah.
Two people are wide open, and we see
somebody's got to be wide open. Yeah, now that you say that, it makes more sense.
And that's not reading your progression. That's still not reading progression. That's why maybe I see a different Dave because I coach offense constantly, and it's like, what are you seeing? Dave, I did tell you before what the drill that I use real quick.
I mean, this season doesn't really start till week 6 or 7 anyway. And these guys are still in preseason. Right. Well, I know, but they're still in preseason mode. You know that.
I get that, Dave. I get that aspect. I get that because we didn't play preseason. We'll get into some of the
Right.
comments here real quick. But regarding that, I understand that. I do understand that. I do.
Mm,
But to me, Dave, when you put a shellacking 40-0 against the Giants division, you look good.
yeah.
You play both sides of the ball. Given the weather situation, I understand that. Then
Yeah.
you play the Jets without Aaron Rodgers. Solidified defense, elite defense with the Jets. You handle them pretty arguably
Mhm.
very easily. Then you go to Arizona, and Dave, I want to word
And you shit the bed.
you
That's
shit
pretty
the
much what we
bed.
did.
You
That's
shit
what
the
we
bed.
did.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we did. We did. I can't deny that. I can't. I mean, and the more I think about it, the more it bugs me. You know.
And that's
So
what exactly what I
I'm
mean.
just trying to move on. Forget
Right.
it.
I
You
understand
know.
about moving on, Dave, but I've always, maybe I look, like I said, I coach differently. I look at offense side of the ball. Dave, I've told you this
Mhm.
many times where I'm the OC, I'm the head coach in OC. I stand behind the QB, and I have four coaches outside, behind the linebackers. We're running
Mhm.
7-on-7s, no drill up front, just, getting the ball out fast. And as my guys run, one coach puts up his hand. If it's two fingers, that means he's covered. If he
Right.
puts up one, he's wide open. My quarterback has to read that. Dak Prescott is not reading his quarterback, Dave. And we see
Well,
the last play of the game. I told you that.
you would think Dak being in the league 7 years, he'd figured it out by now. You know, and then yeah.
Dave.
I'm just saying that's yeah. I mean, he's a vet. He should know this. You
Mhm.
know.
Eileen checking in says, "How are my two favorite people? I still hate the Cowboys after last week, but that's another story." Hey, y- yeah, you know what? Hey, I feel sorry for you guys out there. But
Hi, Eileen. How are you, girl? Good to see you.
Eileen, I do want to ask you a question real quick. I know you're
Thank
checking
you
in
for
here.
checking in. We love you.
How do you feel about Trevor Simeon being to the practice squad? And I hear that a old quarterback actually just sent the Robert Sala a text message and a letter saying, "I want to be signed." You know who that is, Dave?
I didn't hear that. No,
Colin Kaepernick.
you're kidding.
Nah, I don't know if it's a rumor, but he did sign. He did send something to him.
Well, I heard him talking about him on First Take. Yes, Stephen A. was saying something about it. I didn't
Mhm.
really catch too much of it, though.
Listen, hey, you know what? I'd rather take Trevor Simeon because
But
Colin
Trevor
Kaepernick's.
Simeon, of all people,
Hey, look,
wow.
at least he can throw a ball, Dave. Colin Kaepernick hasn't been in the league for how many years? That's just like us saying, okay, you know what? We haven't used Trey Lance yet. Let's make him the starting QB this week.
Trevor Simeon, wow.
Hey, it's better than damn what you call it. Rob checking in. Rob Hefner checking in. What's up, fellas? Beautiful night here in Sin City. Wow, man,
Okay.
what I would do to be in Sin City right now
What's up,
because
Rob? How you doing, man?
how
Thanks for
you been,
checking in.
brother? It is 52 degrees where I'm at, David. I bet you Sin City's probably at least 80.
It's about 54 here. It's the same
Whew,
thing.
man, I'd rather be in Vegas right now out there. Oh man.
Actually, it was nice out today. At the fields today that I was at, it was like I would say 61, 62. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I like the fall weather. I like cool. I like the 60 to 80s, but it's a little bit too fast for me because, like I told you, off stage, I had to go up and see Jason today, and the damn elevator stopped, and he's on the 21st floor, and
Right.
I had to walk because I had to go to practice. Coming back, I had to walk down 21 flights of steps, Dave. And I tell you what, man, when they say things go downhill, I felt like falling
Dude,
downhill, just rolling down the damn thing.
you're 20 some flights of steps and me flying around the bases today. My legs are killing me.
And I tell you, thank God I'm sitting in a chair, Dave, because if I was standing up doing this, you would have to call speed dial 911 for me, brother. I'll tell you that right
Right,
now.
exactly.
I would probably
Yeah.
feel like the way the Cowboys played last week. That's a 911 call waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Adam Glenn checking in. What's going on, Adam? Adam says, "What's up?"
What's going on, Adam? Thanks for
What's going
checking
on,
in, bro.
Adam? Appreciate it, brother. Missed you on Notre Dame, podcast there, Adam. I know we talked about it. You messaged me back and forth saying I couldn't watch it either. It was heartbreaking, but I had to do the show, man. I felt like crap after that show too.
I saw Adam busting Big Ken's ball Big Ken's busting up Big Ken this morning on the Bat Cave. So.
I did see that. I did see that as
Yeah,
well. I love
Adam was all over him.
I love when our viewers do that. It's camaraderie between all of us. We all understand sports, and it's a great situation where viewers, give us a hard time. We come back at them, but at the end of the day, you can say like, "Hey, thank you." It's good.
Adam always gives Big Ken a hard time, though. I love
Exactly. Speaking of one of the guys that bust our butt a lot, there's Mike Laura. You can
Yeah,
check him out. Mike's in Hershey. Mike's in Hershey, PA. With
Mike's in Hershey. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, he's doing. I think he's doing like a CDL class. I think he told me out there. So
okay.
continue.
Okay.
Mike, how's the food, brother? Because I know you can't.
Actually, Mike, how's the weather in Hershey? I want to know. How's the weather out there?
It's got to be same as mine.
Let us know, bud.
Yeah, so Dave, let's get into this, man. Okay, here's the thing, Dave. Okay, let's talk about the game last week before we move on to this week here.
There was a game last week. Did we miss something? Okay.
Well, yeah, it was a game that we have to talk about because it was just a
Do we
ridiculous
do,
thing.
do we have to?
We have to, Dave. Yes, we have to. You're like, hey, all eyes
Oh,
are on us. We have to talk about it, Dave. So,
can we
hey,
just forget that game and move on?
Dave, I wish we could. I mean, we could throw a game away, like some things where playing cards, you can throw 2 cards away in the 5 yard, 7 yard, drawing.
Right,
I'd rather
right,
do that, but
exactly.
this is one of the games I want to do.
Yeah.
Dave, Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard.
This was my bugaboo coming into the season.
Yep.
How can he run the ball? Dave, 3 games over 100 yards this week, 23 carries, 122, 5 yards per carry once again, leading off where he ended up last year before the injury. Dave, but after that, let me explain something to you. Rico, four catches, 21 yards. Hunter Lipke, 1 run, 9 yards.
I
Dak,
know.
3 for 24. Dave, where is our running game?
We missed 21. That's just what it is.
You know what?
There.
No, you know what? We will get into that. I will say yes, Dave. In the red zone, I miss.
In the red zone, we missed 21, and I knew that was going to be the case. I called that. I said, but we have to do what we have to do. We got to go with what we got.
But here's the thing, Dave. Where the hell was a scat back called Deuce Vaughn last week?
That's what my question was. Where was Deuce? I have no idea where Deuce was.
The funny thing is, he was active on the
sideline. Was he? I didn't see him. I didn't even see him on the sideline.
He was active and didn't get 1 snap in the game. Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's odd. That's odd
Nothing
for McCarthy not to do
all.
that. Yeah. Very cool.
Food is awesome. Okay, great.
Very cool. Food is awesome. Okay.
I tell you about the food real quick. First thing, living out here, of course, my favorite thing was Chicky and Pete's in Philly.
Mike, are they treating you like a king out there, bro? Are you eating? You must be eating pretty good out there.
But my thing was like when I first came up here and I ate at Primini Brothers, it was the grossest thing. The cheesesteak sucked to me up here, and I had a Roethlisberger. You ever had one of those, Dave?
No, I can't say that I have.
It has it's this weird sandwich of like pastrami and all this crazy crap with coleslaw and French fries on it.
A Roethlisberger? Oh,
yeah,
sounds good.
The Roethlisberger.
It sounds good though.
It sounded good, but when you bite into it with like coleslaw, and it's dry. I don't know if it's them up where I'm at. It was dry coleslaw. It wasn't like
could
creamy.
Be.
It was okay.
The Roethlisberger.
Yep. He says, "Yep, all in the state of PA." There's where my taxpayers' money is going right there. Mike's ass is eating off my taxpayer money right now,
and he's enjoying every minute of it.
Mike, enjoy it, brother. You deserve it. Enjoy it, brother. But Dave, let's get it back in this game, okay?
Okay.
We always talk about Michael, CD Lamb being the number 1 target here. Dave, it wasn't the case this week. Okay, he had 7 targets. Gallup had 7 targets. Ferguson had 7 targets.
Michael had a good game. Michael had a good game. But Dave, here's my thing. When you eye down CD Lamb 100%, why aren't we targeting your tight ends, a Brandon Cooks, or a Michael Gallup? As I told you last week, Dave, you finally seen what I was talking about. Michael Gallup was wide open in the corner, eating a damn hot dog. It like I said, it took me 2 or 3 times to actually watch the play, which I did, and then when I finally saw it, when I finally saw the play, he was definitely wide open. Mike's thanking you.
I know. Thank you, Mike. Hey, eat all you can, brother. Hey, it is what it is. After that last week that we shit the bed, I think I should owe everybody a dinner because.
Hey, Mike, real quick, did you ever get your cheesesteak you were craving the other day?
Oh, I did see that picture. Yeah, that's why I mentioned cheesesteak.
I was just wondering because you said you were craving a cheesesteak, so I wonder if you got it or not.
Real quick, John Pugh checking in. John is a great guy. Like I've known John. He actually trains with Trayshawn Wiggins at Castle Boxing here under Brock Hole as well. Great kid. He's a Seattle fan, and Dave, he's actually going to be hopping on our show when we play Seattle.
John's a Seattle guy? Okay.
He's a Seattle guy. And you know what? I got to tell you, Dave, send him a friend request because he made this mask. He's a Seattle fan. He's going up to the game Monday night. He made this incredible mask. Like I told him I want one so bad. So he's going to be hopping on with this.
It's actually so funny because a friend of mine that I grew up with, I didn't really grow up with. I went to high school with him, and he's a good friend of mine. But he moved to Seattle from outside Delaware County, and he lives in Seattle now. Big Seahawks fan. Sean. I would love to go out there and see him, and I know he would let me come down, but. But yeah,
the game Monday night, and
I'm sure Sean will be there too because he's big. He's big on Seattle.
I want you to do me one favor, John. I want them Seahawks to beat that giant ass to give us a little help too. Okay, so
I'm sure they will. I have no doubt.
Do your thing out there. Go 12th man out there. Even though you're away this week, but
Gino.
Hey, Gino has the weapons, man. I'll tell you that. But
Dave, he's got Tyler Lockett, man. That's what I need. He's a fantasy guy. I love it. I got Tyler going. So.
Hey, no problem, John. And the last thing I want to say about John, guys, if you're in the cars, I'll tell you what, This guy, send him a friend request. Check out his cars. He hosts a show up here, usually once a month. A couple times it got rained out. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to make one yet with my car, but I can't wait to get one of these, John. Let me know when the next one is. Send me the itinerary, and we'll put it up there for you. Of course, great car guy. This Mustang that he has is so damn beautiful.
Nice.
It went from like junkyard to showstopper. I'll tell you that. And he did it
I
with
love
his
it.
dad.
I love it.
Dad. Built it with his dad. Put it that way.
Yep. Nice.
Yep. Our 12s will make our presence known. Damn right. After that mask I seen, brother, I'd be scared as hell sitting next to you. I tell you that, brother. But Dave, let's get back into this real quick. Where is the tight ends, Dave? Why aren't we using tight ends? Here's my thing. Let me say something real quick.
But go ahead.
Last year, Kellen Moore. I hated the OC. Kellen Moore, dollar store boy, Wonder Bread.
He's not doing too good. He's not doing too good out in LA. But go ahead.
But Dave, do we miss him? At least he was a play caller. Would put players in positions. Dak had a bad last year. Put it there. But he put these tight ends in positions, Dave. When was the last time? When did we ever see Dallas run a 3 tight end set? A 12 personnel with 2 tight ends this year. Moore ran 13 personnel, 1 quarterback, 1 back, 3 tight ends. This year, we don't do anything in the goal line, Dave. A lot of times last year, at least he put 2 tight ends on the field to run the ball, chip a block, get out there. Do I miss Kellen Moore, Dave? Tell me, do I miss him?
I don't know, do you? I don't.
I don't know.
But I know who we do. I know who Dak does miss.
Who?
Mr. Schultz.
Do you have to say his name?
I do, because I know he misses him. I know he does. Because that was his target, Paul. You know that.
No, I get that. You go from Romo to BFF Jason Witten. I get that, Dave. You go from Dak to go to Schultz. I understand.
I mean, I have nothing against Ferguson, and I have nothing against Schoonmaker. I mean, it is what it is.
But Dave, you go out. You have Ferguson. You have Hendershot. Not last year's, the year before. Great people to pick up. Then you go out and get Schoonmaker in the 3rd round, Dave, a pass blocking tight end who can catch the ball, is like more size, more of a Witten blocker first, route runner second. But Dave, why aren't we utilizing these players?
I think we're doing running back more than we used to, more now than we were doing last year.
But
we're trying to pound it in is what we're doing.
I do like what you said, because watching this game last week, we ran with a fullback too. Lipke played fullback quite a few plays last week.
I like Hunter. I do. I'm a Hunter fan. I love him.
Yep.
He's growing on me.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into some of the comments here. Mike, we'll talk about this. Does Diggs hamper your injury hamper your defense going forward?
Absolutely.
Dave, I'll let you go first.
Absolutely, Mike, it does. Putting Bland out there, you could just tell you saw the difference. You really did. It was as much as I love Deron Bland, and I know, Paul, you love Deron Bland too. I am a fan, but it definitely you saw the difference on Sunday, because it was just he was getting beat a couple times, and Diggs would have made those plays.
I agree with you. I had both glimpses of it, Dave. On our post game talking about it too. I said, Deron Bland, 3rd in Rookie of the Year last year. I was very high on him coming to the draft. Nobody knew this kid. I love the kid coming in. Great corner, but it was catch-22. We know Diggs bites on balls. That's what he's made to do.
He bites on balls.
But you live by the sword, you die by the sword. When you have a good safety, I thought it would be an okay thing this week, a good game to work on, that back end. Because you got to remember, Dave, Malik Hooker in the back end, of course, okay? Well, you had that team in the back end, the safeties that can help you. You had the safeties that can help you. But Deron Bland held his own, but it was just fundamental football, Dave.
He held his own. He held his own for the most part. I'm not saying he didn't, but
going forward, what do you think this means for losing Diggs? I think they'll be okay.
It depends, like how they use Bland, I guess, right? I mean,
what scares me? Okay, this week doesn't scare me.
But welcome back, Jordan Lewis too. So I mean, which was which was good. And I love Jordan Lewis. I'm a Jordan Lewis fan.
Right, but that's what scares me. I think they'll be okay this week. Playing the Patriots. But when you play an elite team that goes 3 wide constantly, okay, a 21 set, 2 wide receivers, 1 blind side and 1 on the opposite. That's what scares me, because you're going to have Gilmore. Gilmore got beat this week, Dave. He got beat.
Gilmore got beat a couple times, if I remember correctly. So.
And that's a veteran getting beat, Dave. And then you deal with like a Rondale Moore with speed. That's something that's showing me that Gilmore can't keep up with speed, number 1.
Yeah, that's true.
When they put him on a Gilmore slide, that's when Rondale Moore came off the corner here running drag routes right up the middle. And he burnt Gilmore quite a few times, Dave. Quite a
Yeah,
few
he
times.
did. I agree.
Yep. Let's see. Elite Ninja says, "What's up?" And there's a comment after that. That is John Pugh's friend. Elite is my friend. He's a Steelers fan. Hey, there you go, Steelers fan checking in, brother.
Hey, we got Steelers fans, we got Seahawks fans. We're rolling tonight.
There we go.
We're all around the NFL tonight, aren't we?
I forgot now, but where's Schultz? He is a Texan.
He's in Houston. Yeah, he's in
Texan. Mm-hmm. He says, "Thank you, Mike." And we got a conversation here. No problem, buddy. And there we go. Hey, answer yourselves, guys. There we go. Keep it real.
Mike, man, thanks for watching the show, man. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hell, he's got nothing better to do. He's in Hershey.
Oh, he's in Hershey. What's he doing exactly?
Man, next time you're up in my area, come up here. I'm only
you're about an hour and a half away from Paul. You're not far.
No, but the way I drive, probably like an hour.
Well, the way you drive, yeah. But
you can testify to that.
Normal people, an hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, Dave, you went 100 miles an hour this year, didn't you?
In your car, I did.
It was 101, Dave. That was around.
Yeah, was it 101? I didn't even know. I sat there. I was like, "Get me out of here."
That was through the turns. Remember that winding roads we were doing?
I remember. I do.
I got you home safe, Dave.
I just thank God there was no ice on the ground. That's all I care.
Or freaking deers. Well, you remember the time I went live and I almost crashed coming around.
I know. I do. I remember that. Yeah, you were talking to me when it happened.
Yes. And what did I say? This is an adrenaline rush.
I felt like I was playing a video game on my couch. I was driving. I was like, oh, here we go.
Oh, I love driving fast, Dave. I drive.
Yeah, we know.
I make it a test every time I go down to Philly. Coming back, I can beat my time.
Yeah, that's great.
We'll see. We do have a comment here. Do you think the Cowboys' loss was an execution issue? I'll let you go first, Dave, because I think we're going to vary our opinion.
Do I think the Cowboys' loss was an execution issue? At times, yes, I do. Because if you remember, Dak couldn't get the offense going a couple of times, and we had a clock violation with that offense. So yeah, I do. Honestly, I think a lot of it had to. I don't know if the crowd was loud enough, or Dak couldn't get the play off, or McCarthy couldn't get, whatever the case may be. But definitely, they did have issues with that.
I think it was definitely an execution issue. I don't want to make excuses for anybody. I know we were down 3 linemen, of course, starting linemen there, of course.
God, don't even get me started with that. When I found that out, I was so mad. When Tyron Smith was sitting on the sideline, standing, I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
I was furious. I really was.
In the beginning of the game, they said he will play.
He was active on the roster, and I thought to myself, "Okay, great. 1 out of 3. Okay, I'll take the 1 out of 3." But come on, he stood there.
I think that 80% Tyron Smith is better than a lot of left tackles.
That's how I felt too. I felt the same way. I was like, come on.
Dave, here's my thing. It's just like John says, execution to me. Yes, I blame execution. I blame coaching, number one. The reason why is they got pressure on Dak. He couldn't get, the ball out fast enough.
Dak was running for his life in the first half.
But, as a coach, what would I do? What would I say? Okay, well, I got 3 great tight ends. I got Shoemaker blocking tight end. I got Henderson. I got Ferguson. What? I'm going schoolhouse right. I'm putting an extra tight end on the outside here where they're coming. If I chip them, I can get out fast for a little screen, a little flare pass. That was never executed by Mike McCarthy. It was never seen, Dave.
Dak did execute a couple of nice passes to who was it? Cooks, because he saw Cooks a couple of times, which was good. And I love when those two connect, because I think down the road that's even going to be better.
But if you look at it, Dave, when you eye down a CD Lamb, okay, somebody's got to be open. Just like told you with
Gallup, you said that before.
You've got to see that. You've got to see that. But my thing is,
where was Jalen Tolbert? Why did they use him? Where was he at?
He didn't play. He didn't even play, Dave. He didn't even play this week.
I know. I'm just saying, but he's a weapon on the field. Use him.
I'm looking at it right now. I'll go with it. Gallup 6 for 92, Lamb's 4 for 53, Ferguson 5 for 48. The tight end beats you. The tight end can beat you.
Yeah.
Rico had a great run, did it all by himself, 3 for 25.
How about that one run Rico had where he burnt like 6 guys and he was all by himself? That was incredible.
Oh, it was great. He did all the yak by himself, got a first down for us.
Yeah, I don't know how he got out of that one, but that was pretty impressive.
That's the one thing that pisses me off. Okay, we have one of the best catch running backs, Tony Pollard, correct? Coming out of the backfield, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Dave, 3 catches, -1 yard.
I know.
That's just telling me, like, okay, you know what? You're using the wrong blocker to come out of the backfield, and Pollard, of course. You need to chip him with a tight end and let Pollard release off of a tight end, number one to me. I blame Mike McCarthy for this offensive sputtering. I do.
I
blame
have
him
to.
100%.
As much as I hate to blame McCarthy on this, I have to. I have no choice.
John says I need CD stay consistent. Hell, I need him to stay consistent for my damn team. Number one,
Yeah, Johnny's on my fantasy too.
you know.
I
But,
have him in 2 leagues. So.
but my thing is, Dave, like this offense here. I mean, it's sputtering. Of course, we're not looking like we are. But let's talk about the man that controls this ship, Dak Prescott.
Dak.
Dave, he needs to change this around. $40 million. I made a joke about on the show and on Facebook and Twitter. It's Cooper Rush time. Like
Not yet.
Dave,
Not yet.
he manages the game. He looks at receivers. He don't care who you are. He can look at Lamb and say, "Oh, you're Lamb. You're covered. You're Gallup. You're covered. Oh, who are you, Tolbert? Let me get you the ball because you're wide open." He does that. He manages his games. He doesn't.
Well, that's what Dak does. That's what Dak does best. You know that.
What's he do best? Turn the ball over.
No, he manages the game very well.
He's not managing it very well.
I mean, for the most part, he does, and that's just. I mean, he'll throw for 255. He'll throw 2 touchdowns, and we'll be okay.
Yeah, but it's always that one pick or that stupid bonehead play where he's going to cost
true.
you the game.
Well, 3 games he's only thrown 1 pick, so that's actually good. That's a good sign.
Let's go back to the week before with the Jets. Sauce Gardner was licking his lips with the barbecue sauce all over.
He was. But
and that's what happens when you stare down a wide receiver. Elite corners, elite defenses, they read you very well. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, no doubt.
Dave, regarding the defense, Damon Clark, man, at linebacker, moving up 10 total tackles, 7 solos, 2 pass breakups.
You are a fan of this kid.
I love the kid. I love Damon Clark.
I do too. I'm a fan too.
I love him. I love him.
Like I said earlier, I'm a Jordan Lewis guy, so I'm so happy to see him back. I love
him too. He's a hard hitter. Reminds me of like a Roy Wilson, even with the Donovan
very
Wilson,
good.
Right? Mm-hmm. But my thing I want to ask you before we move into this week's game here, Dave. I seen something from. I know Parsons is the beast out there. He controls the game. He is our engine, of course, on the defense. But I did see something watching the telecast a little bit different from you guys, where him and Van Der Esch were screaming at each other on the sidelines.
I didn't catch that.
It was because Parsons was lined up and it was a call coming in. Van Der Esch got the call. He did not relay it to Michael Parsons to put him in position.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And he flipped out on him because that was a play to Rondale Moore for the touchdown.
Well, all I know is the sack that Parsons did have, we were offsides on that call. We got away with one there.
Oh, can you talk about Rudy? You want to talk about Rudy being offsides?
Well, that was we got away with one. I'll leave it at that. But it was a nice sack for Parsons, though. I'll give him it.
You know what? I give him credit, but I'll tell you what. I thought he was injured when he held his hand. I thought his hand was broken on the one play where he walked away.
Yeah,
I was scared.
He is a freak of nature. This kid, my God,
he is.
The stuff he does is amazing.
I mean. But there is something positivity, Dave. Let's go negative.
We have a positive. We actually have a positive.
We do have a positive, but I want to talk about. Now I want to talk about one more negative, Dave. And I've been on this all damn year. Okay, the red zone issues, Dave. I am so sick and tired. 12 trips to the red zone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 3 touchdowns all season with. 11 trips to the end zone, red zone. 3 touchdowns, Dave. Explain this, Dave, please. Explain this.
I can't. I don't know.
You were saying it's not an issue. You were saying it's not an issue.
Well, I didn't think at first, but it's. I will put it this way: it's starting to be an issue. Give it. Let's see what it looks. Let's see what it looks like this week. Well, then we'll talk.
Well, Dave, you're going against a better defense this week.
We're going against the
guru.
Well, what's the word I'm looking for? The mind, I don't even know how the defensive genius is how that.
There's a word that I call him. I call him Yoda.
Okay, call him Yoda. That works.
Remember before how he had that hoodie on, that gray hoodie with the thing on top
of it? The mastermind of defense. How's that?
And he's the one. He's the one. His philosophy is take away your best player. Well, that falls into suit with the Dallas Cowboys because if you take away CD Lamb in the passing game, well, you know what? You're going to make Dak have to beat you. And right now, he's not doing that, Dave.
I hear you. But
what can be done?
I just hope what can be done. Yeah. Play action. That's
I don't think you're going to run play action on the goal line, though.
That's what Dak does. Dak has done that a lot the last few years. Because we had Zeke, that's why.
I think you got to go fundamental football, Dave. You run a 13% personnel. That's either 12 or 13.
Yeah, that makes sense.
3 tight ends, and you know what? Hell with it. You know what? Go back to the Moose days with Emmett there. You pound the ball in.
Pound the ball in.
You go in I mean, I understand this week was kind of limited because you had Zach out and you had Baez out, but you still had a 350-pound left tackle, right tackle. I'm sorry, a right tackle, Terrence Steele, and you had your guard in what's his name, Tyler Smith. Run
Tyler
behind
Smith.
the big
Yeah.
boys. Run behind the
Well,
big
it
boys.
was good to see Tyler Smith come back because he was coming off the injury too. So
Yeah, I mean, we'll be okay once the O line gets there to give a little bit more
that's
continuity
what
to
I'm
Tyler.
saying. Once this offensive line gets back together, they're going to be okay.
But Dave,
I'm
I'm
not
so
having.
pissed off that we can't score TDs. I mean, I'm tired of
I
getting
know.
field goals.
I know. I know. I hear you.
I mean, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of
But you have to remember we have a kicker now.
Wait a minute. Okay, listen, stop real quick. Stop 1 second, Dave. I gave you the task last week to come up with a nickname for this guy.
You
Have you come up?
did.
Money Myers gone. To hell with that cat. I'm done with his ass.
Yeah, money's gone. Money's
Now,
gone.
who is Brandon Aubrey now? Who is he? Did he come up with a nickname yet?
I did. I have one.
All right, give it to me, Dave. Give it to me.
Automatic Aubrey.
Okay, now when I look up the meaning of automatic, that means it's money, correct? It's automatic. It's going to make
that,
it, right?
that is correct.
Dave, I'm going to tell you right now, it's week 4. Here, he better not miss one damn field goal the rest of the season. Being automatic, okay? Because I'm going to ship him out just like I did. Money.
It's so funny because when you watch him, he is just like no pressure. He just kicks it. It's like bang.
But Dave, has he missed one already this year?
I believe maybe one. I don't think so.
Okay, but he better not miss another one all year. Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Automatic, you can't miss, Dave. You can't
automatic miss. Aubrey. Yep.
Otherwise, I'm going to ship him down with
No, actually, do you like the name though? I mean, is it?
I do like the name, but to live up to that name, you got to be automatic, and you can't miss a field goal the rest of the year, Dave. Number one.
Okay.
Right?
Automatic.
I'm just saying.
That's all I need. Now I'm going to get bombarded on the show if he misses one.
Hey, look, I'm just keeping it real here. It's like unfiltered truth from the crew that keeps it real. I'm going to keep it real here. When you say automatic, you got to be automatic, Dave. Okay.
It's just the name I heard it. I came up with it. It hit me. It hit me.
Okay, you might want to call him 50-50 or 75% automatic, okay? Because automatic is 100%, Dave. I'm just keeping it real, though, okay?
This is true. This is true.
But Dave, real quick, there is one bright side before we move on to the Patriots, Dave.
There's a bright side. I can't wait to hear this.
There is a bright side, Dave. Bright side, Cowboy Dave wins his bet. Dave, do you want to give me that last word right there on that little hashtag there? What is that word?
Rico!
He won, Dave. I did tell you. I told you a week before, the show here. I said I did order the jersey. Dan Rico freaking Dowdy cost me $221.
It's so funny. I was at my sister's. We were having a family outing, and I was sitting. I was in the back room watching the game, and I saw Dak go back, and he looped it over the defensive man's head, and I saw Rico catch. I'm like, go. And when he scored, I was like, that's my jersey.
I'm a man of my word.
And it's so funny because I'm with a bunch of Eagle fans in my family, and they're like, who's Rico Dowdle? I'm like, you don't know Rico? Everybody knows Rico.
Dave, I think you're the only one that in this crowd of even Dallas fans that can yell Rico, and they'll be like, "Who?"
I love Rico. And I told you I loved him last year, but he got injured in preseason. That was the whole thing.
You know what? The best thing that happened to him was actually Ronald Jones getting cut because they needed to keep.
Yeah, which I was very surprised on that. That shocked me. I have to be honest.
But I'm a man of my word, Dave. I went out and got the jersey. It should be here anytime, so I will rock that on the show.
Why did they wait till after the suspension to cut Ronald Jones? I don't understand.
I think it was week 1 and 2 where actually Deuce Vaughn looked good. He's more of a hybrid running back, in the backfield. And Rico did show me something week 2 as well, going against the Jets defense, that he's not afraid to run between the gaps and the tackles. So that's the reason why I think they did it.
Is there a chance they might bring him back, or is he done?
I don't think so. I mean, when you cut a guy being off suspension, I don't think he's going to come back here.
Yeah, it's very rare to see that, but I'm just saying sometimes they bring guys back. So
if they do, you know what? He's not going to be my 2-3 guy. He's going to be 4 practice squad guy right now, and I don't think you make that move when right now you're totally banged up in the offensive line. That is an active roster spot.
But to me, when I looked at Ronald Jones, though, I said that's a kind of a powerhouse back, and I think that's what we needed, and I thought he was that guy.
Well, if you look at, I think Dallas is trying to get away from that power running game. I think they're more going toward like a speed game, Dave. Think about it. Deuce Vaughn is very light. He's like 180 wet.
Yeah, he's like 180. Yeah, exactly.
And Rico's a little guy too with power, but I think they're trying to get away from that because a lot of the runs have been off tackle, not going through the gaps as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I did wear the jersey, Dave. I should rock it in about 2 weeks here.
I'm excited.
God, Dave, I can't believe I freaking bought a Rico Dowdy jersey. I'm probably the
And,
only.
and he got the touchdown, so I was excited. I was happy for him.
You know what, Dave? I think NFL.com is going to send me like an award letter or something
What
because
was that his first? I think that was his first touchdown of his career, wasn't it?
yeah, he went preseason a long time ago. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, I didn't appreciate. I mean, in the regular game.
Yeah, but I think NFL owes me a special shout out because I'm probably the only guy in NFL Nation, Cowboy Nation, to order a Rico Dowdy
You
jersey.
probably are.
You know
You
what? Hey,
probably
listen,
are.
I bought an Andy Dalton jersey 2 years ago, Dave. So
Hey,
I'm a man of my word. I ordered a jersey. I'll rock it. Kudos to you.
where is Andy in Carolina?
Andy is actually starting this week in Carolina. Yes,
I thought he was. I thought I read that.
yes.
Yeah, I thought I read. Yeah.
All right, Dave. Let's look ahead here, man. Can we right this ship, Dave? I mean, Patriots playing Yoda.
I am so sick of Bill Belichick, man. I can't take it anymore.
What did he do to you?
I'm just tired of seeing his face on TV. That's all. I mean, they just played the Eagles not too long ago. I saw that, and it's like, I'm just tired of Belichick. I'm tired. He was on TV like last 2 or 3 weeks. Every time I turn around, I see Belichick.
Look, I'm not going to knock the guy, man. Listen,
he's the best coach. I have nothing against the guy. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't say best coach, Dave. I think he's a defensive guru. I love watching how he plays defenses. I take away a lot what he says. Take away the best player, make the QB beat you. We're going to make you beat us in a different game. That's what scares me because you give a week to Belichick, especially the Cowboys coming off a loss to me. That gives more ammunition to the Patriot Bill Belichick. Because, Dave, as soon as that game was on, he was already, X and O this. I can beat you here. I take away this. You give this dude a week on defensive side of the ball, especially coming off there a loss.
He'll kill you. He'll kill you.
That scares me.
Yeah, I agree.
Scares me.
I can't argue that.
If we would have blown out the Cardinals by a nice, margin there, I think it would have been a little bit different story because he did it give glimpses like, oh, he did this, he did that. But it was a blueprint of how to stop the Cowboys.
New England has a player that I really like to watch. He's really good. I think. I mean, he's a good tight end, and he catches the ball, and he can do a lot of things. Smith? No, Hunter Henry.
Oh, you like Hunter Henry? That's because your son's name is Hunter.
I like Hunter Henry. I do. He's really good.
Okay.
Good. That's fun.
The one player that I like for New England is on defense. I like Judon Smith.
Oh yeah.
I love watching him play. I mean, my son was always number 9 growing up, in Pee Wee football, and it just reminds me because my son actually was from Ben Salem to Frankfurt to Wist, all these different teams that he played for.
Right.
And he always wore the red undersleeve, the X Armor undersleeve, and it reminds me when I see Judon coming off the edge. He's a very fundamental player, but man, I tell you what, his speed, man, this Terrence Steele and Tyron Smith better have their back pedal on this. This is
kind of a reunion for Gilmore, isn't it? I mean, wouldn't he like to beat his own team?
Yeah, and the thing is, I think going with Belichick here, do you think he's licking his chops, telling Bill O'Brien, "Hey, listen, Gilmore bites on this play. His back pedal's not the greatest either, too."
Yeah, it's true.
It works both ways. It works both ways,
And I heard that they're having something for Zeke on Sunday. I don't know what it is, but according to Jerry, they were going to give Zeke something. I don't know.
Well, wait a minute. Stop the press, Dave. What are you talking about?
I was listening to 105.3 The Fan, and they were talking to Jerry this morning, and they said, "Do you have something for Zeke?" And he's like, "It's going to be like a surprise or something." So I really don't know what it is. But.
Okay, I'm pissed off about that. Number one, yes, Zeke gave us good years, but I'm going to tell you right now, if my man Jimmy Johnson can't get into the Ring of Hall of Fame here, why are we giving a celebration to Zeke?
I don't know. I just heard that he has something planned for Zeke. That's all I know.
Oh, let me find out because I'm going to say something on Twitter about that.
He didn't say what it was. It was just he said they asked now that Zeke is coming back home, do you have any plans for him? He goes, well, you'll have to find out. So we don't know.
You know what? Look it up, Dave. You are 100% right. You know what it is?
I have no idea.
You remember 4 years ago when Jerry Jones came on live TV and said, "Who's Zeke?"
I don't.
You remember that? You remember
that, I do. They were in Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Pittsburgh.
It says right here what they're doing for Zeke is the celebration of Zeke. Zeke Elliott coming back to Dallas. We're very happy about you. But all the shirts that we did that sell, "Who's Zeke?" we're giving them away free for the Dallas Cowboy fans to wear in honor of you. Who's Zeke?
I love it.
That's what it is.
Okay, I knew he said something. I didn't know what it was.
I don't know. You know what? Hell, I don't even know what it is. But does Zeke get a standing O?
Absolutely.
What? Really?
Absolutely. Sure.
What if he scores and you're down?
Nah, then no. But
If me,
uh,
listen, Cowboy fans, I'm telling you right now, if you
I
go to the
mean, I
game,
mean, he was 7 years with the team, right?
I get
He was
that.
he was our fourth round draft. He was our fourth pick in the first round.
Okay.
Okay, he's been with us through thick and thin, all that. So yeah, definitely. I can't see why not.
I'm different, Dave. I tell you what, the
I
reason,
mean,
just like you
he is
said,
on the other team now, and he's wearing a Patriots jersey. I understand that, but when the game starts, oh, he's definitely the enemy. But before the
man,
game,
I don't know if I got a bad heart. I'm going to hell or something, Dave. What I'm about to say, I didn't like going back to Emmitt Smith days, a longtime legend, Cowboy, Hall of Famer, all time leading
I
rusher.
mean, would I love to see Parsons put him down? Sure, but
So, all Dallas Cowboy fans, if you're out there and you see Zeke score his touchdown, please take a plastic fork and throw it on the field
well,
in honor of
if we're up by 21 and he gets one, it's okay. I'm okay
No, it's not okay, Dave. Not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay.
okay.
But what scares you about
All
this
right.
game, Dave?
Shut down Zeke on Sunday. How's that? That works.
Yeah, right, Dave. Keep it real. Shut him
Okay.
down.
Okay. Shut him down. I'm
Shut
okay
his
with it.
ass down. I don't want to see any of this shit, Dave. I don't want to
No,
see any of
I
it.
don't either. I don't either. Yeah.
Nothing at all. I don't want to see it at all. But Dave, let's talk about what scares you during this game here.
Uh,
Anything?
Mac Jones,
Why does Max scare you with no weapons?
because he threw three. He finds receivers. He's good like that.
Do you think he can beat this defense?
No, but he can run the ball. I mean, he can run on his feet. He's got a pretty good arm. So
Okay. Well, let me just tell you 3 games, Dave 81 for 25, 748 yards, 5 TDs, 2 picks, has been
well,
sacked
he
8
threw
times.
three against the Eagles, didn't he?
I don't even know. I don't even
I
know
think
what
he
he threw.
did. I
It
think
was
he
2 or
did.
3.
Yeah, I'm pretty
But
sure.
hey, every week's a different week here. But what scares me is, I'll tell you, their wide receiving group scares me, Dave. Kendrick
Okay.
Bourne, and you already said Hunter
Yeah,
Henry.
I forgot about him. Yeah.
And Devontae Parker, who's coming off. He's coming back now. He scares me too because they can
Is
take
he
the
back?
roof off.
Is he back? I thought he was
He's
injured.
back. He played last week. He's hit. Last 2 weeks he played.
Oh,
But
that's right. He did play last week. Now that you think,
they're seeing him coming back. And the one person that actually, I hate saying his name. I really think he's actually going to do something against us.
who's that?
I like his name, but I hate the person, Juju Schuster,
Juju Smith. Yeah.
because he's going to play in a slot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
Yep.
slot receiver. I think he's going to play good there. I think he's going to be the game breaker with Giuseppe in the middle.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And I think they're going to run a lot of double tight ends with
I
Hunter.
think Hunter Henry has a big game too.
That's what scares me. I think they're going to have a lot of double tight end, Giuseppe and Hunter as well.
Yep.
With maybe a wide receiver, 2 wide receivers on the outside, like a pro
Mhm.
set. That's what's going to scare me a
Now,
little bit.
does Stevenson scare us at all? I mean, he's
No, I mean, I
he's a
think
threat.
Well, you know what? We've shut down some great running backs already. Okay, we shut
We
down
have
Saquon
we
Barkley.
we have
Okay.
we have yeah.
That was a running game, but you shut down Barkley, you shut down Daniel Jones out of the backfield too. Week 2, you shut down Brees Hall and you shut down Dalvin Cook. Okay,
Good point.
Week
Good
3,
point.
you go to James Conner. Just like John said at the beginning of the show, execution. The defense left gaps, Dave. There wasn't playing defensive containment ball. Connor got out for that one long one, 60 with some yards on one play.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's defense assignment football. I think Quinn is already on that tape saying, stay home. Your job is here. Assignment football. That's what I'm saying.
I can see Dan Quinn having extra practices this week, the way that defense was on Sunday.
I can see that. I mean, I think it's more defense.
He was not a happy camper. I can tell you that right now.
No, I think the word this week is execute and assignment football. If that's what I'm right on the board.
And I love Dan Quinn. I'm a Dan Quinn.
Oh, big time, yeah. But how's this offense compared to this week, Dave? I mean, we don't know. Zach did practice today, full practice today. Okay, Baez is limited still.
Oh, he's still limited.
That's what I'm saying.
Zach did practice today. That's a good sign.
Did full practice today, yes.
That's a great sign. I love that.
And there's nothing on Tyron Smith.
I was going to say, what's going on with Tyron?
There's nothing on Tyron right now.
He can't get out of bed without getting injured.
You see, we put the whammy on him, brother.
I'm just saying, I love Tyron.
You know what the funny thing is? What jersey did I say I was going to wear that week? Tyron Smith, didn't I?
You said 77. Yeah, you did.
I put the whammy on him. I put the damn whammy on him, brother.
Yeah, well, like I said, he can't get out of bed without getting hurt.
Maybe that's what it was. He woke up, Sunday morning.
I woke up Sunday morning and said, "Coach, I can't go.
I can't go, Coach. I twisted my toenail." Yeah.
Or my knee hurts. I can't go.
It amazes me. They don't dress. Give me another roster spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it's a waste of roster spot. Exactly.
All right. So, what do you think this offense versus this defense, a Belichick guru defense here? What do you got for me, Dave?
I think we go tight ends a lot. I think Hendershot and Ferguson have a good day.
You think they're going to look at tight ends? Okay.
I do. I think Dak does his tight ends.
Okay.
And I look for Michael Gallup to have a good day too. I think Michael Gallup might be the factor because they might be double teaming CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
So
okay. I agree with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I want to see Tolbert in the offense. So get Tolbert going because he's good. Guy can catch the ball.
Yeah, you look at two people that didn't play last week that had huge roles in week
Tolbert
one
and Deuce. I mean, come on.
Right. They didn't even see the field this week, David.
That's what I'm saying. And I think McCarthy will get them involved. I do.
You think about it, you had three weapons, all of them on offense, actually. You had Deuce, you had Tolbert, and Tyron Smith. All dressed, but didn't play last week.
I know. I can't figure it out.
Solidifying the left side of the defense, and you have Scat back.
I just hope we see, like you said, Martin, and I want to see Tyler back. And if we get those three back, I think we'll be fine. I really do.
I hope so. I'm actually looking at it now just to see real quick.
I love Zach Martin. Zach Martin, he is just like all world. This dude.
All right, as of right now, Dave, we have. What is today? The 27th? Okay. Zach 27th. Martin is questionable. Here it is as of right now. Dak Martin is questionable for this weekend. Tyler Bass is questionable. Juma Edoga is already ruled out. Okay. And Tyron Smith his knee is flaring. He is questionable as well. So we might go with the same venture we did last week.
Wow.
And that's kind of weird.
I think Zach will play. I do.
I think he will too. They do. I think they run off that right side a lot more with Pollard this week, and because Judon actually plays on the left side, which is Tyron Smith's side, so that's fine. He really doesn't go to right side to side. I think they run against that opposite side of Judon Smith. So
I agree. I agree.
Hope so, Dave. We hoped for him last week and we didn't get it. You know what I mean?
I know that too. I know.
Yeah. But Dave, give me a prediction this week. I mean, we got the Patriots here. A game. What's the prediction?
I thought maybe we'd go to our sponsors before we do predictions, but okay.
You want to go some sponsors?
Yeah, let's do some sponsors.
All right, well, let's do it. Guys, listen, if you're going to need an attorney out there, please call my boss, actually, Jason Fine, Attorney Big Al, 1-800-HURT-123. 3 convenient locations, offices, Philadelphia, Cherry Hill, and the 29th floor in Pittsburgh, where I had to walk down 29 set of steps today at his office doing some claims today for his business. But if you need anybody, motor vehicle accident, slip and fall, workman's comp, personal injury claims, give him a call, 1-800-HURT-123. Mention out of the box 215, boys. I promise you'll get the 33 and a third % rate. And also, if you're out there and you don't need a lawyer, but you know someone that does, refer them to me. I promise you I will send you a check for $125 personally. Okay? Also, Dugout Mugs, the best dugout mugs out there for any sports fans. Custom mugs, baseball, MLB, anything you want it, they can do it. Use promo code OTBS Sports 20 at dugoutmugs.com. Once again, that is OTBS Sports 20 at dugoutmugs.com. Get your Christmas gifts now. Also, Monkey Cold Coffee, the evolution of flavor-infused coffee. 3 great flavors, bourbon chocolate chip, toasted coconut rum, and for the regular coffee flavors out there, Samaritan Blend. They got you covered. Promo code OTB Sports at monkeycoldcoffee.com. K-Cups, thermal, swag, T-shirts, cold beer diffusers, travel mug, and a regular mug. They got you. Once again, promo code OTBS Sports 20 at monkeycoldcoffee.com. And last but not least, guys, we're proud to announce our new schedule here. We're found on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and the tiki talk talk, as Ken says. Mondays, here's our new schedule. Joystick Junkies, all video games. Sully Squad, keeping it real with all Philly, 4 for 4. Tuesdays, Commanders Gridiron. Tuesdays, Davies on there, extra innings, talking all MLB. Getting you ready for the postseason. And
fun show.
And, of course, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Well, they do have a Mets show. Unfortunately, it's a bad season. But my man Ken keeps it real, keeps it live. Check him out. Bougie's Player will be back in 2 weeks with all the best interviews in Philadelphia. College Football Frontier with myself and Bill Furman every Wednesday at 8:05 prior to this show. And, of course, unless we don't lose this week, we'll be knocked out of prime time. It is the Cowboys show, the 215 boys, every Wednesday at 9:30. Tomorrow night, we got you loaded as well. The NFL Pick'em show where myself and Dan go head-to-head for the complete season. I am up on him right now. Hopefully it stays that way. Check the results for tomorrow. Tomorrow night, 4 hosts, 4 team, 1 show. Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, Commanders, the NFC East War Room. The Old School Show will be back in 2 weeks when the Cowboys play the Niners. We'll be talking about the rivalry between the Cowboys and the Niners. Huge rivalry of the 90s. Atomic Drop Podcast, I believe it's going to be on Saturday this week, Dave. Am I correct?
That is correct. It should be Saturday. I don't know what time but we'll let
Okay.
you know.
There you go. Saturday, the Atomic Drop will be back on due to some work complications. So check that
Yeah.
out. We always say like, follow, share, subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter for all notifications. Saturday, yeah, I'm going to do the show because we got to right the ship against Duke. The Golden Ball podcast Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Also a post game after that. Silver and Black later Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Of course with Ken Fry talking all Raiders, and he's going to get you ready for the LA Kings as well. Sunday, new time. Guess what? The Big Blue Power Hour is on every Sunday at 11 a.m.
Ah, nice.
On the 215 boys, and we always do the post game and pregame show for you. So always make sure you check out our lineup out there: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter.
We are full of shows, aren't we?
Man, I tell you, you know what, Dave? I didn't even mention we actually have 2 more shows coming, Dave. Coming soon, Rangers on Ice. Dan is going to be giving you a weekly show about the New York Rangers. And guys, if you're a basketball fan, I'm going to give you something: 82 games, all post game. Every game for the Sixers, post game by for myself.
I'll help you out with that one.
There we go. I can't wait. Basketball season's about there. But talk about basketball real quick, Dave. It's Dame time.
I know. I heard that this morning. I said I was shocked. Wow.
I mean, yes, they lost Drew Holiday, a good defensive player, a good point guard, a leader as well. But, he gives you 15 points a game, solid defense. But Dame gives you 35 points a game, Dave.
Yeah, but when I heard that I said Dame and Giannis, I was like, whoa. That is dangerous.
And then you throw in Brook Lopez, his brother plays
and Middleton didn't even go in the trade either. I was shocked.
They gave away Grayson Allen and Drew Holiday.
That basically, wow, that is huge.
It tells me something. The Bucks are still playing,
but it came out of nowhere. Nobody expected it.
I think the Blazers. I mean, you think about it, the Blazers had the offers. They weren't going to trade him to Miami. That's where he wanted to go. He weren't going.
Yeah, but I thought he had the key to Portland. My God, he was the king.
The thing is, what? Just like with Dak Prescott, you have the key to Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Here, if you don't win me a Super Bowl, guess what? I can change the locks at any time, Dave. You know that.
I got you.
You got to produce championships, Dave. I mean, my room is full of participation trophies, and I want that Lombardi, brother. You know that. So
I know.
My job is not safe on this show, Dave. My job is not safe on this show. If I can produce what I'm doing, then you know what? I'm going to be booted out to Monday morning at 9 a.m. Dave. You know what I mean?
Monday morning, 9 a.m. Great.
You know what? Hell, I mean, I'm up 24/7 anyway. But who wants to talk football Monday morning? 9 a.m. I mean, that's not me. I want to be primetime. Cowboys 215 boys, primetime, baby.
This is true. All
right, Dave. Before we get out of here, as we always do, man, what is the final thoughts of Week 3 after a devastating 28-16 loss? What is your final thoughts?
Let's forget about last Sunday. It's gone.
Last week? What happened last week? I already forgot, Dave.
I don't even know if it's done. It's forgotten.
Yes.
Let's move on to New England. Let's get back on the winning track, and let's get that red zone a little fixed there, which we need to do. Red zone's definitely got to be fixed up. My prediction: I'm going to go Cowboys 28. I'm going to say New England 21.
28-21. Okay, close game, one score game. Okay.
Yeah.
My final thoughts. I'm going to say exactly what you did. You got to fix you got to right the ship from last week. Get past it. Short-term memory. Learn from it. Wash it away. Get better. Red zone woes. You got to get me a damn. You at least got to go 50% in the damn red zone to me.
I totally agree. Totally.
The other thing is, hey, welcome back, Zeke. You ain't doing shit this week. I'll tell you that right now. I don't care who you are, what you are. But you know what? In honor of Zeke next week, Dave, I will wear Zeke's jersey for the pregame show.
I think I will too. I have one.
I will wear Zeke's jersey on the pregame show as well. Because it seems like every person that I've been wearing lately, Dave, they've been shitting the bed for us every time.
Yeah, maybe it's you. I don't know.
I had the Tyron jersey. It's actually right on the ground. Actually, yeah, I have Tyron, right there. 2 weeks ago, Dave. Well, last week, actually, for the game, this guy didn't even show up. Ratliff, you remember him?
Theo.
Well, I thought he.
Sorry, Jason. Jay. My fault. I was thinking. Yeah, Jay. Of course.
I went old school because I love him. One of the original '90s. I have him. I have Lawrence. I was like, you know what? Let's take this back old school and go smash mouth football.
I love Jay. God, Jay was good. He was fun.
Him and Lawrence. Lawrence didn't even show up in honor of him, but I went Tyron Smith. I was going to do it. Look what happened. He got out of bed. He fell down. He couldn't even play. So I'm going to wear Zeke next week because of the fact that maybe if I wear his jerseys, he won't do shit.
I agree.
All right.
Yep.
So, Dave, you ready to get out of here on this beautiful Wednesday night?
Let's end it. Let's end it.
All right, guys.
I want to thank everybody who was watching tonight. I really appreciate it. Eileen, of course, Mike. Thanks everybody. Your buddy. And if you're watching tonight, we really appreciate it.
Definitely, guys, and make sure you share, like, subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We only do this for our viewers and also to have fun. So, hope you enjoyed what you watched, and we will see you next week. Of course, you already know it's prime time. It is Wednesday. It is 9:30 p.m. 215 boys. My name is Paul Spencer, and that is the showstopper, Dave Yarnell.
Go, boys, go.
We'll see you next week.